Hi everyone, welcome to Follow Your Heart here on the Natural Parent Magazine. I'm Anne Cullen. I've got issue 36 in hand here, and it's a beautiful issue. And because it is New Zealand's Mental Health Awareness Week, I'm pointing out today an article, look at that gorgeous photo, called The Case for Meditation by Lauren Godfrey. And it is known that meditation helps you stay more focused, more relaxed, calmer, can help your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, and it has a great knock-on effect. For those of you that are parents, it actually can change what's happening in your household, and it can change your children's behavior. Now, I'm not talking about your children meditating here. If you've listened to some of my other videos, you know how I say that your, way of being, how you react to things, what you bring to the table can really impact your children's behavior as well. So if you're practicing something like meditation and you're coming from a more focused, calm, present moment state of being, then you will magically witness your children being more like that as well. So, I often notice that parents come to me because they're having a problem with their baby or their toddler or their preschool or much older children. And what I want to get them to do in the first instance is to look after themselves differently and focus on themselves some more. So yes, we can do things differently with our children and teach them different things, but really it comes back at the end of the day to how are you as their parent feeling. So I really encourage you to have a look at her article, and this isn't the only article in the magazine that will help you improve your mental health and well-being and your children's. That's really what the whole magazine is about. It's really about connecting to our children, connecting to ourselves, and that's what I prescribe to all the time and why I love this magazine so much. There are things other than meditation that can help you with your well-being, and I'd love to know from you, what are some things that you're doing that help you get through your days, and how has that changed now that you're a mum? Because this is what I notice is a lot of mums had a way of being before their children came along, and they couldn't necessarily participate in the same activities. They maybe didn't have the same energy level. Certainly we know your life gets a little bit tipped upside down when your first baby comes along, right? So I noticed that I wasn't able to quite stick to the schedule that I used to for my workout routines, for example, or maybe I couldn't do my relaxation exactly the same as I was doing before. So I had to kind of find a new way, find a way to incorporate those things for myself into my new daily routine. So I'm curious what you have found to be the most challenging, the most difficult parts of this. And what are you still not quite figuring out? What are you still finding that you need support with? I think it's really interesting how our whole idea of self-care gets talked about so much, that we need to be looking after ourselves, yet in New Zealand and in many, many parts of the world right now, probably wherever you're watching from, our mental health is actually decreasing on the planet. And I think there's a big shift coming. I think just knowing about things like the benefits of meditation and mindfulness, and I use a method called MAP. There's so many different tools and techniques that we can use to raise our vibration and really come from a different place in our world. It's so easy to let that go when you're a busy mom and focus on your children. I did it myself, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. But when you realize that looking after yourself and looking after your own well-being, physically, emotionally, mentally, isn't, it's not a selfish activity. It's really an essential part of your parenting. It's not something to put off. But there are ways to do it that fit into your new lifestyle. And if you're listening and you're still expecting your baby, this is something to start thinking about. How am I going to incorporate my movement or my meditation or, anything I need to do to increase my level of well-being and keep up my self-care? How am I going to do that when new baby comes along? So all great things to consider. Hey, go out and get a copy of issue 36. New Zealanders, you can buy yours at supermarkets. Australia, you can get yours at newsagents all around the country. And everybody else, or for those of you that don't want to have to go out and grab your copies, they can be delivered straight to your home. You can subscribe online. And remember, we've also got This Too Shall Pass coming to all of you in New Zealand as well when you go out to your supermarket and buy a copy. So, hey, take care, everybody. And I'll be answering your questions tomorrow, so tune in for Friday's Q&A. Bye, everyone.